Hey guys, welcome back. Just math, y'all. We're doing equations of lines today. So real quick, we have been doing graphing. We did graphing from equations of lines. So just kind of recap where we've been. What we did in the last video, we had things that looked like this. It said 3x minus 2y equal 12, and we were graphing it. And so we subtracted 3x on both sides. We got negative 2y is equal to negative 3x plus 12. And then we divided everything by negative 2. And we had negative divided by negative is positive. And so we had 3/2 x minus 6. And then we graphed that using shortcuts. Shortcut graphing. We learned this was my slope, which is 3 over 2, which is up 3, right 2. And this was 0, negative 6, which was my y-intercept. So we started at 0, negative 6, which is that point right there. We went up 3 and right 2 and put another point. And there was my graph. That's what we did in the last video. And this equation right here is in slope-intercept form. This is what we call slope-intercept form. That's the format. This one right here is called standard form. Okay, these are both equations of lines. Now, we also have a different type of equation of line, and this is called point-slope form. Okay, now point-slope form is when we need to know what the equation is. Notice in our previous problems, I gave you the equation. And so now this one, we are going to make an equation instead of me giving you one. Okay, so real quick, here we go. So this is the format, and it's got 3 blanks to fill. 3 blanks to fill. So this time I have a line that has a slope of negative 3, and 4, 2 is my point. Okay, so this one, we don't know the equation, so we're trying to build one. We're trying to make one. And so this is a formula to make one of these equations. So we have 3 blanks to fill. We have 3 numbers. This one's my m, so negative 3 goes there. This is my x and y, and this is the only x and y I have, so this is the first one. This is the only x and y I have, so I put the 4 here and the 2 here. So I fill in the blanks, and then I'm going to distribute the negative 3. So I'm going to distribute that. Be a negative 3x plus 12. Bring down the y minus 2. And then I want to make it say y equals. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And it's going to say y equals. Now what is it going to say? It's going to say y is equal to negative 3x plus 14. So here is the equation of the line that is required here. It says find an equation of a line. Now remember, it did not give you one. Other problems started out giving you a line or giving you the equation, and you had to find the points, you had to find the slope, you had to graph it. Started out giving you the equation. This one, we're just giving you some info, and we have to come up with the equation. Okay? All right. This next one, here it is, the example. This is my slope at 5 over 6. This is my x1, goes there. This is my y1, it goes there. Watch out for the double negative. I'm going to distribute. Okay, and now I'm going to solve for y. I didn't mention the fractions. We're dealing with them. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're dealing with it. We're going to subtract 4 on both sides. And I get 5, 6x, and then I'm going to do that on my calculator. Okay, we're going to use our calculator to do negative 35 over 6 minus 4. Please feel free to use your calculator. I'm going to do it really quickly over here on the side here in the margin. So we're going to get a common denominator of 6. And so since the top one already has a denominator of 6, I don't need to change the numerator. The bottom one I'm going to multiply by 6 to get 24. And then since the signs are the same, I am literally adding. Keep the sign. And so I have negative 59 over 6. 6. There we go. Where did I write that wrong? Negative 59 over 6. And so that's my equation of my line. Now, I'm not graphing this one, thank goodness, because I don't want to have to graph these fractions. But that's my equation line. All right, so let's do another one. Okay, so now this one, we're going to find the equation of a line, all right, and we're going to use 2 points. So now this is going to require 2 formulas. So notice we need the slope formula first, because our equation of our line, remember the equation we have to do, requires the slope, and I don't have the slope. So I'm going to use this formula first, then I will use this one. So this formula first, and then I'm going to use this formula second. Yeah, doesn't like that, does it? Let's try again. Okay, so here we go. So the slope formula, remember this is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. Okay. And I'm going to do 9 minus 3 over 5 minus 2. And that's going to give me 6 over 3, which is 2. So my slope is 2. Okay, and so now I'm going to use the other formula. Y minus blank equals m times x minus blank. Now, which one am I going to use? It really doesn't matter technically. It does say x1, y1, which I have decided was 2, 3. So I will use that one. So x1 goes here and y1 goes here. Distribute. So 2x minus 4. And then solve for y by adding 3 to both sides. I'm going to distribute the 2. Solve for y by adding 3 to both sides. All right, so add 3, add 3. I get y is 2x minus 1. Now I can graph that one if I want to. And you'll find that that's the equation that fits this line. All right, example 4 real quick. Again, exactly the same steps as example 3. This is my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. I need m first. So I'm going to do 6 minus negative 2. And then I'm going to do 2 minus negative 7. They have double negatives here, so they'll turn to plus. So that's 8 over 9. So I'm going to deal with fractions again. So now I'm going to use my new formula. With my 3 blanks. The m is 8 over 9. Okay, and so now I'm going to put one of my points in there. It does not matter which one I put. Now, a lot of you are thinking, I like that positive one better. It really doesn't matter, okay? It just needs 1 point. And I can do the first one or the second one. It doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and do this one because I know that's what y'all will do. But you could do the other one and it wouldn't matter. So x minus a negative 7 and y minus a negative 2. Again, we've got double negatives there. I'm going to distribute my 8/9. Use your calculator as needed. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. Here's this right here. Now you can use your calculator if you want to. I don't have a calculator, so I'm going to have to do it by hand. Okay, my common denominator is going to be 9. I don't have to make changes to that one, but I will have to change this one to a negative 18. I will subtract, and I get 38 over 9, and that's positive 38 over 9. Hopefully that's correct. I don't have a calculator to check it, but you guys can let me know if that's right or not. All right? Okay, so now standard form is an equation. If they ask for standard form, then this is what you're going to do. It says put the answers from examples 1, 2, and 3, and 4 in standard form. If we need standard form, I'm just going to do this last one. Y is equal to 8 over 9 x plus 38 over 9. Now remember, this is standard form. We talked about that at the beginning of a video, and there are no fractions, and a must be positive. Okay, so here's how we're going to do it. We're going to clear the fraction by multiplying by the common denominator. Well, generally, the common denominator is the only denominator, so I'm going to multiply by 9. And so when I multiply everything by 9, we'll have a 9 here, times 9 here, and times 9 here. And that cancels and makes 38. That cancels and makes 8x. And then that's 9y. Okay, now the a is the x term. So that's the x term. Move the x term to the other side of the equation by either adding or subtracting whatever it requires. So this is going to subtract minus 8x. And so it's minus 8x. That's a positive 9y equal 38. Okay, so now I've got to divide everything through by -1 because it says a must be positive, and currently it's not. Now you might not have to do this last step, so just make sure you're aware. I might not have to do this last step where I have to change all the signs, and I get 8x minus 9y equal -38. This is standard form. Now, standard form is not on your test, but it may be on your homework. So I wanted to go over that with you. Okay, have a great day. It's just math, y'all. It's just math, y'all.